Welcome back, everyone, to round number 6 of the 2019 RF Grand Prix Championship and MX Simulator, live here on SYS TV. My name is Kellen Brower, and we're set to bring you guys action in the MX1 division, the 450 class, here at Kegums in Latvia. The RFGP of Latvia on hand here tonight. We just had an astoundingly good 250 race that we watched. And methinks it's only going to get better here in this 450 class. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we are looking at championship-wise at the moment in this 450 class. And tell you what, folks, a lot of interesting dynamics to pay attention to. Adam Holm and Alexis Leclerc at the top, 21 points in between them. Holm was able to pick up the win last week on Leclerc's home soil in France. And Leclerc obviously going to want some revenge this week. Jack Haley, Chase Blakely, and Zach Prokop also all in the mix. Good battle kind of going on between Prokop and Whiteley for 5th. And a lot of other guys still in their own individual battles. Devin Davis and Eduardo Simos tied for 11th. And we're going to see these positions probably shuffle around a lot down the stretch here as we're now in the second half of the season. So definitely some things to keep an eye on. Here is the qualifying times from today. Alexis Leclerc, 133.9, just edged out Adam Holm, a 134 flat. That is only a tenth of a second, folks. Really close between those two. How about it? Austin Eklund, 1.8 seconds down, but third fastest on the sheets, just ahead of Ash Deering and Chase Blakely. So nice to see Eklund and Deering both up at the front, really challenging some of the more perennial all-stars of the series. We're going to see how they can do here in Latvia. Very exciting round of the series, fast sandy track here in Latvia, and of course, as always, very excited to bring you guys all of the action. How is everybody doing tonight, by the way? Pin 66 aka Zach Dupuis says he has got a prime gate pick. I like the sounds of that. The SYS FamMX racing machine gonna get a good start. He's probably starting so deep outside. Barely see the first corner. We'll see, though. All right, getting loaded into the race here any moment. How many guys actually ran a lap time here? Let's see. Wow, 30 lap times. That's good to see. We've had a little bit of a downturn of late in the series where not many guys have been showing up. So good to see that many lap times ran here tonight. Sorry, just checking something out for a sec. We're getting loaded in, though. Just sometimes takes a little bit too long to load in these days, I'll tell you that much. There we go. All right, let's see who we got lined up here tonight in Latvia. Gonna be a good one to watch, no doubt. We've got out here, we got Devin Davis, Sean Smith, Tommy Dallaire, Fernando Andrade, Jeremy Cohenauer, Ash Deering, Kyle Howard, Alexis Leclerc, Adam Holm, Ian Holm, Lewis Williams, Jack Haley, Eduardo Simos, Caden Speck, Chase Blakely, Caleb Hall, Robert Wilson, Zach Dupuis, Austin Eklund, Reno Brennan, Austin Jones, Jeff Cooper, Chase Donovan, Anthony Pachone, Christian Reed, Kyler Hockey, and that's it. That's everybody here tonight. So these are going to be your 450 men that we're going to pay attention to. I think I may have missed Caleb Hall. Apologize. Casey Ollard also out here. Yeah, these guys are going to go to battle. 2 30-minute plus 2-lap races. And on the other side of it, we're going to have a winner here at the MXGP of Latvia. Let's see if I can get anywhere around this track to show you guys what this track kind of looks like here tonight. Nope, can't even get down on the start straight, of course. Should have figured that was going to happen before I even rolled off the gate. But that means, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing here in Latvia. You better be ready because we're not holding the gate any longer. This gate is about to drop and go. And we're going to see some interesting racing here tonight. Who will get the whole shot award? Pay attention to Alexis Leclerc. Always gets great starts. Can he get another great one here? Wow, pretty far down the inside. Not many guys choosing to go down that far inside. Adam Holm, actually, our championship leader, all by himself in the middle of the gate. And this should be interesting. Time to go racing in Latvia. Who's going to get the race tech? Whole shot! Jeremy Cohenauer gets to the corner first, but he goes down. It's going to be Jack Haley coming out of that corner first on the 57. Adam Holm right there in second. So Cohenauer down. Leclerc pushed a little bit wide, and Haley comes out with the lead. Holm there in second. Christian Reed looks like he's up in third. And that is a bad sign for Leclerc to see a couple of his title rivals out front early. As Haley comes down to lead lap number 1 in Latvia. Holm second, Reed, Wilson, Smith, Jones, Simos, Howard, Leclerc, Deering, Andrade, Eklund, Dupuy, Donovan. All the guys coming through. Oh, 3 wide over that table. Dupuy gets crossed up with Eklund and goes down. Remember, Eklund, 3rd fastest qualifier here today, and Deering 4th fastest, so expect these guys to go through the field with Leclerc if they can. Leclerc trying to size up, triples across, and almost got a bad kick right there. That could have been disastrous early in the race, and then almost gets tangled with the rider going down. I think that might have been Kyle Howard, as Leclerc is going to make the pass on Eduardo Simos down the inside. Austin Jones just up the road with Sean Smith, Robert Wilson, Christian Reed, Adam Holm, and our leader, Jack Haley. All these guys still pretty darn close together. Carrying so much speed around some of these outside lines, too. So down across the start line for the first time, Haley, Holm, Reed. How about Christian Reed? Good start. Running right here in the mix. Wilson right there with Sean Smith. So a couple of Suzuki boys that we don't see up at the front here. Christian Reed and Sean Smith doing some business out here. The outside line from Wilson might be timing gate cut. And Austin Jones having a good ride too. Former national champion. A couple of national champions in line right here. Austin Jones, the first ever MX Simulator national champion in 2011. And Alexis Leclerc, the 2-time 450 national champion, 2014 and 2018. Leclerc trying to get aggressive with Jones, but Jones will have none of that. Jones, one of the more race-savvy riders out here. Going to get passed by Leclerc, though, with an inside move from the champ. Now Leclerc looking for a line on Sean Smith there on that 222. Leclerc wants to, as quickly as he can, get into this grouping as he triples down. Scrubs down across the back, and let's see if he gets a drive down off this table. He's going to cross over Sean Smith and go for the dive bomb down the inside. Smith reads it well, and down was Haley off the track, I believe. Yeah, because Wilson's still up here. So new leader, Adam Holm to the front. Jack Haley has gone down. Did not see whether or not he was helped there. I don't believe Holm and Haley have any beef, so I doubt it. But as far off as Haley was off the track, there's only 2 ways he could have gotten there. One is the T-bone, and the other is blowing the corner, which Haley doesn't often do, but he definitely could have in this case. Claire putting some pressure on Wilson. Sean Smith still lurking with Jones. The 222 and the 221 right behind the number 1. Claire looking for the opportunity to get around Robert Wilson here on the 56 and move his way up into that 2 spot. Wilson defending well, trying to apply pressure to Christian Reed, who is outstanding early on right now, still holding on to second, and really not cracking under the pressure here from Wilson or Alexis Leclerc, 2 of some of the bigger names in the game. Although Wilson might have had a line right there, didn't quite get the nose in there enough. And he's going to try, let's see if he uses his outside line now. Leclerc just blows right by the inside. There's no outside line there that's of use, it seems. And Leclerc triples down. Let's see if he gets a drive on Reed. Does he dive bomb him the same way that he did? Yeah, look, it crosses over and just sends it into this corner. Reed was able to find his way back in behind him, and then Wilson tagged the back of Christian Reed's bike. went down, so Sean Smith moves back up into 4th. These guys aren't teammates. Christian Reed is on a solo deal here. Sean Smith for Rocco goes down. Over top goes several riders. There goes Haley on by. Will Simos get there? He'll get there. He won't pass him yet, though. Now he gets the pass done. Eklund also back there on the 67. So Smith trying to regroup from that fall. Wilson and Deering went by. I think Ash Deering might be a sneaky good pick here as Christian Reed has gone down. No idea where he is. He's behind this board here. Loses some ground to Haley. Wilson and Ash Deering absolutely going after it right now. Wilson on the 56, Haley on the 57, Deering on the 72. Little three-rider battle here. Very impressed early on with Robert Wilson too. Looking really fast here on that active co, number 56. And still applying the pressure to Deering, not letting your 4th fastest qualifier get away. And look at launching out there as Wilson. Man, he is fired up. And can't forget Jack Haley back here. We're going to go on board at the 57 as these two guys are right up in front of him. Battle for 3rd basically on your screen here. Haley and Wilson both triple in. And then, oh, Haley trying to triple out, but cases it. Might pass his teammate on the outside. Yeah, he's got him. Now going to set up Deering if he can. Oh, look at Wilson. Cheeky inside move on his teammate. Nearly got it done again. I like it. Monty Wilson's fired up out here. Doesn't matter if it's his teammate or not. He is going to throw it down. And oh, Haley. Whew, that nearly was a big one for both of them. These guys are absolutely flying out here, though. Haley trying to set up again. Deering. Oh my goodness, look at Wilson scrubbing that jump. Oh, and Deering goes down. So Haley's able to sneak on by. And Adam Holm has lost the lead. So Leclerc has gone to the front, and it's a big one. So something happened to Adam Holm, it appears. Now let's see if he can regroup and go after. Remember, 21-point gap entering tonight. 10 motos left to go. 3 points difference between the winner and second. So obviously math checks out. Leclerc wins out from here. He's the champion no matter what. But Adam Holm has been at least second best most of the season, if not obviously first best. First best. The best. Good England. Leclerc's gone down. Leclerc coughs up the lead just as quickly as he got it. Something tells me these guys are going to be having a bit of a long-winded fight tonight, and apparently Robert Wilson wants to be right in the mix with this thing. He doesn't care that these guys have been flying all year long. The 3 guys that he's with have been battling for the 450 championship in both series like it's nobody's business, and yet Robert Wilson just pretty much early in this race acting like he has been a part of the group the entire time. And I love it, man. He is flying. Good to see. Oh, but he lays it down. A little commentator's curse right there. Things you hate to see. Oh, and then Christian Reed goes down in 4th. Nearly the same crash, just on the exit of the corner there. So Eklund goes by. Eklund is bringing Ash Deering. We're about to have basically our fastest qualifiers all at the front of the field here, which kind of makes sense given the nature of this racetrack. It is very fast here in Kegums. So Robert Wilson gets up now behind Haley. Haley up into 3rd. And you got Leclerc and Holm about to go at it for the lead. So we're going to keep an eye on this battle for a bit. Just about to creep up to that 10-minute mark. Let the battle commence, as they say. This is going to be a fun one. Ooh, Leclerc. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and now he goes down. What a weird way to fall, just trying to double back into the section, cased it, rode the nose, and then flipped out of it, so Haley goes back by into P2. Leclerc gonna have to regather himself a little bit here. What a weird sequence of events that was. Just as quickly as we thought we might get a battle for the lead, that is now out the window. Battle for second could perhaps be brewing. That first corner complex. We say it every week, but usually pretty clear who the fastest man on the racetrack is, and it's man on your screen right here. But Leclerc, biggest problem his entire career in this game is crashing and inconsistency. It's probably cost him a title or two in this game, and had a horrendous indoor season by his standards after winning so many races in 2018 and winning the title. Didn't even win one race in 2019, and you could pretty easily put it down to crashes. He would just fold up halfway through the main events and struggle. But outdoors, he has come back with a vengeance. Doesn't have the points lead necessarily in either series yet, but he has been markedly better. Winning races, contending. See if he throws down the inside of Haley here. Man, he just does not care right now. He is flying into these corners. I'm surprised Haley hasn't gotten tired of it. That's the second time that's happened. Let's see, he's gonna try to three into this rhythm section. Triples in, doubles, and it really doesn't work because he has to single out, but that triple in is a thing of beauty to watch. I wanna see Haley get feisty though. Doesn't usually get aggressive. Mild-mannered, active co-rider, Supercross champion. But you see Leclerc do that dive bomb 2 times on him. The old saying with fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. I don't think Leclerc, that Haley wants to be fooled a 3rd time here. Leclerc, though, opening up the gap ever so slightly between the two. Ash Deering has clawed his way up to 4th, and Austin Eklund is now 5th. So, again, raw speed overplaying a little bit here tonight. Eklund 3rd fastest qualifier, Deering was 4th fastest, and here they are running 5th and 4th, respectively. Robert Wilson still right in the mix. Fernando Andrade holding on to a good top 10 with Jeff Cooper. Jeff Cooper has sneakily been getting really good at this game, I must say. Don't talk about him that much. And unfortunately, he just went down right there. Going to lose a spot to Christian Reed. And Zach Dupuis also went by. But I'll tell you what, Cooper, you just, again, like someone you don't hear a lot about. I remember the first time I saw him race, and he has gotten a lot better, I'll tell you that much. It is good to see. Trying to knock on the door for a top 10 finish here. He's got Zach Dupuis, Christian Reed just up the road from him, Chase Blakely. Oh, Blakely blows the corner. Christian Reed rails it, but Blakely able to get back on still ahead of him. So these guys having a nice little mix-around battle back here. Oh, and Wilson just went down as Eklund and he were battling. Deering has squeaked away from this grouping. And Leclerc is still trying to run down home. Let's take a look at the lap times this time. By 41.5 to a 36.1. Yeah, that's incredible. 5 seconds that last lap alone, Leclerc clawed away from home. What the heck is he doing different? Let's go on board with the man now with the fastest laps in this moto. Well, that triple, we've been seeing him do that. Lappers are going to come into play here, I think. Not going to get the lines as smooth as he probably would like to. And he's still stuck behind. Who's this right here? 498? Can't quite read that out. It looks like 498 though. And he now moves out of the way. Another rider down right there. Yeah, it definitely cost Leclerc some time. He was under 4 seconds, now above 4. Oh, and he went to the lead. Holm was down in that corner. And Haley gets by for second. So Adam Holm has coughed up the lead here, just literally on the halfway dot, 15 minutes into this moto. New leader in Latvia. It's Leclerc. Now, does he take off and run with this thing? Or do things get interesting once again? A little small bobble here and there. Holm trying to put the pressure on Haley, though. This battle for second gonna get interesting in a hurry. Look at the speed that they're both carrying through those corners. Haley pushing off the track a little bit. Holm might have an inside line, but Haley gets back around the outside. Up to the top of the hill. Nothing really doing it on that outside, though. There's just not a deep enough line to bank off of, but I guess it's a good alternative of not following the rider in front of you. Which is always a good idea in sim. You don't want to get caught up in someone else's crash. That just, talk about a mood killer. Haley a little knuckle in that corner. Holm just applying so much pressure, and then Haley's speed on the exit of that corner is insane, and he's tripling in like it's nothing, and then now getting that triple out. Oh my, what a save. I thought for sure that was going to be the end of it right there. But a nice job collecting that bike out of Jack Haley. And for the time being, keeping Leclerc close. Albeit they have lost a little bit of ground since Holm has coughed up the race lead, and got to watch out. I think Tommy Dallaire just up the road of them, trying to sneak out of the way here if he can. Nicely done for the 213, and allows Haley and Holm to continue their battle. I want to take a look at some of these other battles, but these guys are just going tooth and nail with each other. And Holm now closing it back down. So it seems like Holm's pretty good all around, but he doesn't have that triple, double, triple line working through the waves that Haley does. And that's where Haley's making his time as Holm slides out. Not off the bike though. Oh, that was a bit of a overzealous move. Holm is a third-person player, so I can't say that I could blame that on him not seeing Dallaire coming. You should be able to see that out of your peripheral, and I thought for sure he would have seen Dallaire coming down the hill. But in the end, he did end up falling down, and it cost him a lot of time. Eklund now closing in from 4th. Deering from 5th. Wilson still 6th, 7th, Andrade, and Jeff freaking Cooper putting the pressure on. They've both disposed of Chase Blakely. Here's Cooper peeking down the inside on the 117. And he's going to launch it out there. Get the pass done on Andrade, who doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't realize that Jeff Cooper is in front of him, and now Cooper goes down, and Kohenauer yard sails off the track behind him. Blakely gets stood up in the corner there. Kohenauer's called it a moto. So obviously some frustrations there from the 43 machine. Zach Dupuis, Christian Reed back here battling. Reno Brandino. Eduardo Simos, Anthony Pachone. Tyler Hockey, Austin Jones, Sean Smith, Kyle Howard, and Tommy Dallaire back here exchanging positions, little pleasantries. Doesn't look like Kyle Howard is done with him yet. I think he wants to go back after him. Wow, I think he does. Wow, aggressive. I would say that was an aggressive move. Interesting to say the least, but never know exactly what's going on with these battles back here. And Tommy Dallaire ends up on the deck. Ian Holm now right behind him, and that is 20th. So final points paying position, Chase Donovan Lewis Williams, Caleb Hall, Devin Davis, all outside looking in, and obviously Cohen are out of the race now. There's a lot of changes going on through the field. No change out front though. Leclerc still leads, about to hit that 20-minute mark. Let's see, what do his mechanics have to say this time by? Let's take a little peek at what the mechanics are saying right here. I'm gonna go by the mechanics area because this is what the GP guys like to do. They like to see every single lap. What are the mechanics boards saying? We're saying more gas, no U, yeet button, breath. We got mooted on the board. We got TTV, by the way. And then we're repeating some pit boards down the way. So mechanics hanging out over the boards here, letting their riders know, get after it. Really good stuff for sure. Kyler Hockey going a lap down as Leclerc moves on by. Jack Haley still second, Holm third, Eklund fourth, Deering fifth. Wilson sixth, Blakely up to seventh, has gotten around Jeff Cooper. And Fernando Andrade. Andrade has Zach Dupuy closing down. That seems to be maybe our closest battle in the top 10. Christian Reed, Reno Brennan, I mean, nobody, you could say there's no battles going on, but again, this one's fairly close. Dupuy putting pressure onto Andrade. This would be for 9th, I believe. Up and over the finish line, jump they come. Andrade, the rider out of Brazil for Power Dream. And Zach Dupuy on the SYS FAMMX racing machine. No pressure from behind. Ooh, gotta watch out that sneaky little 498 machine right there. Dupuy almost got an outside move there on Andrade, who wasn't expecting it. Launching out to flat. We got a rider down. That's Donovan, who is a lap down, so that is not for position. Jeff Cooper would be a little too far up the road, I think, if he crashed for these guys to make a move. Dupuy using inside lines. Andrade didn't quite expect him to be there just yet, but still able to salvage the position. Both going after it right now. By the way, Lewis Williams is that rider on that 498. Dupuy just all kinds of pressure here on Andrade. Crosses him up, goes to the outside. Andrade goes inside. How does this one come out? Dupuy! Ooh, man. Could fit a paperclip in between those two as Andrade swings out of the first corner and just holds the spot into the next one. Dupuy conceding right there. Both these guys tuck into that inside. Dupuy nearly making contact with Andrade, but that new front end lock system seems to be working quite well. Where even if a little contact is made, it doesn't completely ruin your drive or chance of making a pass. Andrade a little long on the finish line. Dupuy has an inside line. Thinks better of an overly aggressive move, and these guys still are just going at it. Oh, Andrade goes down and Dupuy hits him. They're both laying together, but neither of them actually fell off the bike, and Dupuy will actually make the pass on the ground. Not the way he would like to do it, but it works. And Andrade trying to find a way back through, but misses the rut and loses some time, so Dupuy trying to stretch it out. They lost a ton of ground to Jeff Cooper and Chase Blakely, and actually Robert Wilson just getting back on the track behind these guys went down. Ash Deering, Austin Eklund is down, but Deering will not get to him. Jack Haley was down, so Holm went through, and Leclerc still has a gigantic lead. I almost said gigante lead. Well, that battle has materialized, though, even though Deering did not pass Eklund, who was down. They are now right next to each other. This is for 4th. couple guys that I think really believe they would land on the podium today. And it is certainly in the realm of possibility with a good start in Moto 2. Probably going to have to beat Jack Haley to make that happen, which is really tough to do. Haley's racecraft is always impressive. Good starts and just consistent speed throughout. But these guys might have the upper hand on him on raw speed today. Eklund goes down, Deering goes by. Yeah, Eklund kicking himself a little bit, and here comes Mr. Top 5 machine, Chase Blakely. He's shark in the water now as he sees Eklund up there, who is in 5th, making a ton of mistakes, and Blakely is just licking his chops, man. He knows that top 5 is all his for the taking at this point. He's gonna go get it. Jeff Cooper still holding down 7th, 8th for Robert Wilson, 9th for Dupuis, and 10th for Andrade. So they're still pretty close together. Here's the battle for 11th. Christian Reed and Reno Brennan going at it. Little off-track excursion there for a moment out of Christian Reed, but able to regroup. And wow, look at that nice little inside line. Doesn't get the drive out, but maybe misses a couple of those acceleration bumps that it seemed as though Brennan hit. Good battling for 11th, and Lapper City behind them. Caleb Hall, Chase Donovan. Those guys are not battling for position, but they are battling each other for position. They're just not battling for this particular position, which is 11th. Reno Brennan takes a peek down the inside and thinks better of cutting across to get around Reed. Gonna double down the inside. Watch out, Caleb Hall coming through. And Donovan goes down. Lewis Williams also back there in the mix. And Anthony Pichon is in this battle with Brennan as well. So Reed able to get away a little bit, but Brennan now has closed it back in. Not wanting to let him go as he slides through that first corner. Good little action between these two. Take a peek up the road. Anything going on up here just yet? Not really. Well, Adam Holm went down. Haley is nowhere near him, and Leclerc's lead is just getting bigger and bigger by the second at this point, with a little under 3 minutes and 2 laps left to go. So we'll go back a little further. Christian Reed and Reno Brennan are still battling for 11th. Oh, and Brennan has a nice inside move and shuts the door so hard that he takes himself off the track. I don't think that's going to make Christian Reed too fat. It's not going to make Christian Reed too happy, is what I meant to say. Oh, man. That's pretty good right there. I apologize to Christian Reed, but wow, nice move back underneath, makes the move. And they continue to exchange the positions. Middle rut option for Reed, inside for Brennan. Gets the crossover a little bit smoother. Not able to make it happen though, and then a little slide out on exit. That's going to cost him some time. And for the moment, takes some of the pressure off Christian Reed. Oh man, Christian Reed, hang on to her. Brennan's using these inside lines, and I'll tell you what, they are working just as well as they were working in that race for Copeland, because now suddenly right back onto the rear tire of Christian Reed coming out of the line here. Might be 4 laps to go for these guys where the leaders are right now. You'd be willing to bet that they're just going to keep battling this thing down to the finish line, though. They are going for it for sure. Ryder going down right there. Christian Reed, a little loss of traction on exit. Brennan, the same spot as last lap, going to try it again, but this time gives Reed the running room, and Reed hangs on to the position. So Brennan has to go back to the drawing board and figure out how is he going to make this move. And maybe a mistake from Reed is exactly how he'll do it. Now Reed defending well here. Learn from that mistake that he did opening the door last time. Brennan was able to sneak down the inside but not able to make the move. So Reed defends the line. And Brennan's still just trying to figure it out here. A couple small mistakes here and there open up the gap, and then you would think that that would be enough for Reed to kind of breathe for a second, but before you know it, suddenly Brennan right back onto his rear tire. Almost seems like he's able to catch him at will. And these guys continue their battle. Peek back up towards the front. Oh, it looks like Deering almost had Haley before he went down. That was actually really close. And it's going to cost Deering a spot as Eklund goes by. So Deering gets going now behind Eklund. Blakely crossing over. Really just like not a ton of battling going on. Dupuis has been slowly reeling in Wilson, I feel like, but whether or not that materializes before the end of this, I don't know. Andrade just had a moment, but nice save there for the Brazilian. But it's going to allow Christian Reed to maybe close up on a potential top 10 ride here. And as mentioned, he's been bringing Reno Brennan with him this entire time. So Andrade, making a couple mistakes here, has got to kind of regroup, or else he's going to lose that position. Where is our leader? They have lapped these two already, so that actually, never mind, that negates that. These guys are coming to the white flag next time by. I thought that there was still 2 to go for them. Sean Smith down. Bummer for Smith, who was running so well early on in this race. Christian Reed, though, wants to get into this top 10, and he's putting the pressure on Fernando Andrade. Trying to force that mistake out of the Brazilian if he can. Swings wide, carries a ton of speed, and launches down the inside to make the move. Andrade plows him, though. What in the heck is going on out here? These guys have learned nothing from the 250 action that we saw earlier on, and Andrade just absolutely destroys Christian Reed. White flag in the air. And Christian Reed went from potentially getting 10th to now having to allow Adam Holm through for the leaders going by. Andrade is probably going to get a femur full of that Suzuki back there if Christian Reed can close back down. That will be an interesting one to watch. Blakely has found his way up into the top 5 late in this one. But Alexis Leclerc has got this thing handled right now. Pulled out a gigantic lead. Adam Holm kept making mistakes. Leclerc has just been laying down the gauntlet the entire race. And what was a 21-point lead entering will be an 18-point lead heading into race 2. Leclerc has closed this thing up as he crosses the line to take the victory here in race 1 in Latvia. Dominating performance, rode fantastic from the middle point of the race on. Adam Holm looks like second is going to be locked up for him. Haley all alone in third. Deering and a late charge here from Blakely might open up a possibility for fourth. Chase Blakely may very well retire with the most career top 5 finishes ever, because I just have never seen this guy finished outside of the top 5. It's just not possible. He just, like I said, every week, man, it's no longer he's setting up a tent and camping it out inside of the top 5, dude. This dude has been laying the framework for a house for a long time. He is going to be living inside of the top 5 before long. All right, so behind him, though, because these battles are pretty much sterilized. Actually, no, Haley isn't out of the water yet from Deering. Haley trying to hold on to third. Deering wants a piece of that. Throwing a little bit of caution to the wind now that Blakely isn't applying the pressure onto the back of the 72 here. And it could come down to cuts, but methinks that Haley probably doesn't have that many cuts. He's not one that usually goes off the track a lot. So he'll cross the line third, fourth for Deering. Great ride for both of those riders. And Blakely all alone in fifth. Behind him, it was Eklund sixth, seventh for Wilson, eighth Dupuis, ninth Cooper. So Cooper, unfortunately, was in seventh late in the race there, crashed and cost him a couple positions. But cuts were pretty close, so we'll have to see. Reno Brennan was 10th, 11th Andrade, 12th for Pichon, 13th for Christian Reed, 14th for Kyler Hockey, 15th for Simos, 16th, for Dallaire, 17th Ian Holm, 18th Austin Jones, 19th Sean Smith, and 20th Chase Donovan. So we're waiting on Blakely to cross the line. There it is. Ah, and Cooper did get Dupuis on cuts. How many cuts did Dupuis have? 5.12 seconds of cuts cost Dupuis that 8th spot barely. 0.078 was the time split there. Doesn't get any closer than that on cuts. Let's see, did anybody else switch positions? Doesn't appear to be the case. Looks like everybody played a pretty fair race there, and that is how they stayed inside of the top 20. I see what you're saying, CB Gaming 72 in chat. The reason I'm not going to download that berry pack is because my MediaFire downloads have sucked lately. I don't know why. Ever since I moved, my MediaFire downloads are horrible. I won't be able to download it in time. I know how big that pack is. It'll take an hour. Everything else downloads super quick except MediaFire downloads. So, if you remind me, maybe I'll get it for Wednesday night when he races. But yeah, I know I won't download it in time. I got a 160 megabyte pack from someone today to download, and it took 35 minutes to download. I don't get it. I don't know what's wrong with MediaFire specifically, but yeah. Oh, this track is brutal. All right, well, little 5-minute break of Rooney's right now. Got about 40 people hanging out in chat. Good to see everybody tonight. Thanks again so much for these subscribers. You guys are crushing it, and I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, 5-minute discussion time. Ask Kellen anything, aka Ask Kellen anything. You guys got a question? Let me know. I'll be happy to try to answer to the best of my abilities. I don't know everything, don't claim to, but I like to answer questions that I think I know the answers to. Jumpa Forever wants to know, when is this game going on sale? That is for never. It is never going to go on sale, methinks. Josh Vanderhoof has been perfectly content keeping it at that strict $42 limit. I don't think it's going to change. When do... Oh, Geyser lock up for GP champ. So here's the thing about Geyser leading the GPs now. He's going to crash again, guys. It's Tim Geyser's MO. I don't care if he's got a huge points lead and he's milking this thing, he will crash again. At some point, sometime, he'll crash again. Now, most of the time, he's like Gumby and he just bounces off the ground, and it was like, wow, that was a fun little 48,000 loop cartwheel to base plant to flip over to, you know, whatever, and bounces right back up and hops right back on the bike, no problem. But if he crashes again, he could get hurt, and if he gets hurt, we may be looking at a Arna Tonis champion or a Jeremy Seward champion, or who knows? Maybe Cairoli comes back and makes this thing happen. Nobody really knows. So that's why I'm not saying it's a lock for the champ yet. When do I plan on racing again? I don't think I will, honestly. I'm definitely not fast enough for the pro class. It's really demoralizing having raced the pro class for so long to get smoked in AMs every time I race, but either way, nobody I really know races AMs anymore, so it's not like I have a group of friends that I could hang out with and chat and have a good time with, so it's kind of just me, myself, and I. Maybe sometime, but not anytime in the future. How many potatoes can you fit inside a watermelon? I don't know, 7. Depends on the size of the potato, what kind of potatoes they are. I'm gonna say 7. Let's see. What do you think of my entire extreme weather proposal? Oh yeah, Alex, I did see that. That's a pretty funny one, Splash Zone. The only problem I see with it is someone brought it up in the thread, is chafing. Late in a race, I could see it being like sensible because like when you're overheating with 25 minutes into the moto, a splash of water would feel awesome. And obviously, as you said, you only get the 1 bucket, but if you splash it on them like 15 minutes in the moto, you're basically soaking the guy and his gear will rub in all the wrong places. And yeah, I don't know. It's a funny idea though, and I like the memes that you posted with it, or the pictures. It was pretty funny. So I voted for sure on the poll, by the way. Let's see. Did I miss anything else? SYS Barry Motorsports Fly Racing comeback. I don't think so. Fly Racing pulled out when I left the team through no doing of my own. I gave the contact info to John when he took over Barry, but I don't know why they didn't keep up with Fly Racing. And then Barry stopped, and then everybody that was on Barry at the time basically went to Volcom, which was basically Hunter Root and Tyson Fresquez. I don't think it'll come back. I wish it would, but yeah. Why not a 125 All-Star race for Sim? Because that would take too long, my dear friend. These guys are rapid gamers, dude. They want in and out. They don't want to just like hang out all night long and watch 125's moto down. So yeah, that'd take too long. Let's see. No, Jones, I don't got the 2012 Barry bikes. Sorry. What about this game being added to Steam? I don't think that will happen either. Because JLV has never really outspokenly said, yeah, like I'm going to be doing that for sure. Do you think that wherever A-Wood is at this current moment that he is still talking? Without a doubt, he's probably at Chipotle. He's probably trying to tell some person that's walking in how he filmed Malcolm Stewart at Milestone today, and he talked to Mookie for like 2 minutes and found out all this insider information. It's Jeff Cooper's birthday. Why didn't nobody tell me before? Well, he's definitely the versus PC one to watch in race 2. Jeff freaking Cooper, dude. Happy birthday. Way to crush it that first moto, dude. 8th? You kidding me? That's awesome. Been coming around slowly but surely to how fast you race in this game. And I do say, good sir, that I am rather impressed with your speed. So, happy birthday. Hope it's a good one. Not sure how old you're turning, but whatever it is you're turning, hope you celebrate it well tonight. Maybe pop champagne. If you can't pop champagne after a great race tonight, you know, pop a apple cider, whatever it is. All right, folks, time to go racing here in race number 2 of the RFGP of Latvia. Board is sideways, the revs are up, and the gate is down here. We're off and running. Kohenauer, another good start. Does he actually hold it through the corner this time? He does not get the hole shot. That instead goes to Caden Speck. Caden Speck, Race Tech Hole Shot Award. Race 2 here in Latvia. Speck, Christian Reed, another good start. Kohenauer's up front with Leclerc. Sean Smith, another good start. Chase Donovan, a good turnaround start this time. Adam Holm listed 18th through the first split, so not a good start for your points leader. So Leclerc getting around Kohenauer before the first lap is over. Christian Reed giving chase to Caden Speck, who is leading here in Latvia. And let's see how long he's able to make this work. Let's see if he can actually pull out a gap even. Yeah, actually got a little gap going here. That's looking nice. Christian Reed is in second. Let's see if Leclerc already goes for the dive bomb. Well, it seems like he wanted to, but Christian Reed knows who's behind him this time. He has said, no siree, Monsieur Frischmann. Oh, and they get together. Reed went to defend the inside there, and Leclerc just runs right into the back of him. And that puts Leclerc and Holm together. Riders going down in the background is Leclerc trying to get around Eklund. Deering in the mix as well. Dunavant. Holy cow! Austin Eklund just railed the outside line right there. Leclerc dive bombs down the inside, makes the pass on Eklund. I hear the sound of a two-stroke, but it sounds like it's way behind. That may be Austin Jones. Get this grouping right here. There's so many guys mixed together. So Speck continues to lead. Cohenauer, Wilson makes the pass on Sean Smith. Andrade, Ash Deering, Leclerc, Donovan, Holm, Eklund, Reed, Williams, Dupuis. Pichon went down. Dallaire goes through. There's a big gap back to these guys now. Kyle Howard, Jack Haley with a bad start. Caleb Hall, Jeff Cooper, the birthday boy. Reno Brennan. Eduardo Simos, Kyler Hockey going to make the move on the Brazilian. Chase Blakely, a terrible start as well. Ian Holm, Pichon after going down well back here. And Austin Jones on the two-stroke, bringing up the rear. Holm has moved forward and now putting pressure on Leclerc. Leclerc trying to go around Deering. Let's see if he goes for the double dive bomb. Oh, he wanted to. Deering crosses back over. I haven't seen anybody try that, but that's a good idea for Deering right there. Saying, forget that garbage. I'm just going to dive back over all these ruts and pull back alongside you, and it almost worked. Deering going to carry so much speed around this outside right here. Look at all the momentum he carries. And Simos trying to defend. Leclerc dives down the inside. But Simos could have held the spot there, but it was very nice with Leclerc. And Deering moves him out of the way. Holm moves him out of the way. That was basically Andrade just being a little too nice, I think. And it's cost him some positions, but, you know, it happens. By the way, DZ, subscribing. Welcome to the SYS VIP Club, DZ. I believe that's Isaiah Dickerson, but I could be wrong if you're not Isaiah Dickerson. Hello, DZ. Welcome to the club. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it, good sir. This battle continues. Holm trying to get around Deering as Sean Smith gets passed by Leclerc. Jeremy Cohenauer next in line for Leclerc to try to make the move on. He's going to try to go to the outside, and he usually cuts back across to triple down the inside. Oh my goodness, he just went right over the top of a crashing Jeremy Cohenauer, hit him twice, and still didn't go down. What in the heck does he have to do? I don't understand. Where are these hacks? Why did I have these in my career? My goodness. Well, either way, something happened to Adam Holm too, and he's gone down back behind his teammate Cohenauer. And here is Jack Haley too. So Leclerc getting away pretty nicely here. Doesn't have many of the main threats from that first race to contend with just yet. And Robert Wilson's gone to the lead, so something happened. Caden Speck went down. He's now battling it out with Ash Deering. No idea what happened to Speck, though. Looking like NBC Sports out here, man. We're just going to miss all the crashes. I'm kidding. We're not NBC Sports yet. I haven't thrown it to commercial yet. Caden Speck putting the pressure on to Ash Deering for third still. Yeah, that's what I should do, man. If If I really wanted to just milk this thing for the dough, man, I should make you all pay. I'll tell you that much. I mean, I don't even show commercials during the stream. It's like having an MXGP TV subscription for Sim and not paying a dime. What am I doing, man? I don't understand business at all, apparently. I'll tell you what I do understand is this battle for the lead is heating up. Alexis Leclerc putting the pressure on Robert Wilson, who has been sneaky good today. Really fast in that first moto, but crash has derailed his performance a bit. Now let's see if he can keep the Frenchman behind him. Leclerc wheelies down the straightaway. Wilson goes down the inside. Leclerc trying to cross back over. Going to use the inside in this corner. Turns into the inside out here, but Wilson holds it on and keeps the spot. So Wilson coming down to the finish line, trying to lead yet another lap through here. Leclerc hopping down far inside over the finish line. Jump they go. Leclerc going for the dive bomb and a half. Doesn't make it there in time, though. He's going to have to think about it in another corner. Oh, he's going to have to think about saving that crash. And he somehow stays on two wheels. Ash Deering goes on by. But Leclerc trying to regroup here. Leclerc goes for the triple over. He's going to carry a ton of speed into this, but then checks up to try to get the downside on the roller. Now, does he dive bomb Ash Deering in this corner? He loves this dive bomb in this corner, but he is not going to quite do it there. Go all David Attenborough on it here. As you can see here, the Leclerc likes to attack from the right-hand side of the racetrack. Look at the triple, double, triple line. Beautifully done around the outside of Deering. A masterful pass right there by Leclerc. Deering is like, where did that speed come from? Can I please have that? Leclerc made that look almost too easy, though, how he tripled through there. We saw Haley in that first moto kind of struggling to pull it out and cased it hard. Amazing save one lap, but obviously a couple mistakes on the others. Robert Wilson continues to lead, though, creeping up to the 1/3 mark of this moto. Up over the finish line, jump again, goes to 56. Here is Leclerc in second. Let's go on board with him. He just laid down a 40.6. Let's see what he's able to do. The 2-second gap up ahead. Got to watch out for a wild Bumblebee Austin Jones up ahead, too. Leclerc gets that triple every lap, and I haven't yet seen anybody else do it consistently. Triple to the outside here, carries momentum in, and on exit of the corner, still about a 2-second gap, so Wilson did a good job of holding tight. Let's see if Leclerc gets the triple line. Triples in, doubles alongside Jones, doubles, and Jones almost landed on him. Jones actually, I think, did land on him. Leclerc lands off the track. Still 1.9-second gap, though. Oh, and Leclerc, big kick right there in that corner. Somehow gained time, though. Oh, and a big mistake from Wilson as he goes off the track up the road. Leclerc gonna have a peek down the inside here. Wilson trying to shut the door. Leclerc going far inside here. Trying to get the drive. Wilson launches back into the next corner, and Leclerc dive bombs it. Makes the move. Wilson had no idea it was coming. Now does he have a counterattack? He protect, he attack. And more importantly, he got the horses in the back. Oh man, a little mistake right there on that inside rut. So Wilson still giving chase to Leclerc here. Leclerc trying to check out here. He has got a little bit of gap opened up already on Wilson. Remember that first moto, he absolutely dominated. Ash Deering sits in a strong third, but just blew that rut. Here's Eklund. He's holding off Holm thus far. Holm trying to keep Sean Smith at bay behind as Eklund holds the gap out front. Holm goes for the triple in and goes down. And Eklund had blown the corner before it, but we missed that off screen. Oh, and Eklund trying to go back by, almost yard sales all by himself again. Smith also went down in the background, so Zach Dupuis is suddenly lurking into the mix. And Lewis Williams having a great ride. 498 machine had a rough first moto, going a lap down quite early on, but he's holding off some heavy company right now. Fernando Andrade, Jack Haley, Chase Donovan, Chase Blakely, Reno Brennan, Caden Speck, Ian Holm, Kyler Hockey, Caleb Hall, birthday boy Jeff Cooper, Christian Reed, Anthony Pachone is off the track. So a couple guys that had some good first motos, not carrying it over as well into the second motos. So let's take a look at the running order. It's Leclerc, Deering second, Wilson third, Holm fourth, Eklund fifth, Smith sixth, Dupuis seventh. Actually want to stick with this battle for a second. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Jones. I thought Eklund and Smith were a bit closer. Dupuis is pretty close. Lewis Williams, though, has Andrade breathing down his neck. Ooh, a little crossover line from Williams on a sharp landing there. Oh, Andrade. Oh, and then Williams does a pirouette into the corner. Just kind of doing a little backwards roll off the wall, and then Andrade goes down. So in the never-ending I don't want this position, you can have it battle, goes right back to Williams. Andrade trying to reel back in Blakely. Blakely has Donovan in his sights. Remember, Blakely was fifth in that first moto, trying to mount another charge up inside of the top five as he runs 11th at the 13.5 minute mark. Sure, we'll check in at the end of the race, and that'll be different as he moves up to 10th around Chase Donovan. So Blakely going to set sail now after Lewis Williams. Jack Haley a little ways up the road. Sean Smith has lost a position to Zach Dupuis. Austin Eklund and Adam Holm are up here a little bit. Wilson, Deering, Leclerc. Gaps are pretty opened up out front. Fourth place Adam Holm 30 seconds off the lead, so you can tell Leclerc really trying to stretch this thing out and dominate today. Holm would do himself a huge favor to get up to second. Points-wise, that would be big. Haley trying to put Austin Jones a lap down from his vantage point. Jones is riding really well in a 450 in the first moto. I'm surprised he elected to go two-stroke this moto, but I dig it. Sean Smith, Lewis Williams, Chase Blakely, all in a tight-knit battle here. Blakely trying to get the power down and swing back onto the track. Going board at the 16 here. Take a look what it's like on a 39.9 last time by for the number 16 BPC machine. So close, so much pressure onto the rear wheel right there. Oh, and shuts the door on Williams, nowhere to go there. Looks like Williams actually may have hit the downed Austin Jones trying to avoid him. So up to 9th for Blakely. Sometimes you have to make those aggressive moves. I'm sure Williams won't be too happy about it. Blakely putting the pressure on Sean Smith. This would be for 8th. Gonna make that move side by side, and Blakely shuts the door to take it away. Up to 8th now for Blakely. Next up would be Jack Haley, Zach Dupuis, Eklund, Holm. Holm trying to reel in Wilson. Let's take a look at the lap times there. 37.1 to a 39.4. So Holm definitely closing it down a little bit. And with Leclerc stretching out his lead so far at this point, again, as I said, Holm's only hope at this point is to get to second to limit the damage, as it seems rather unlikely Leclerc is going to throw this lead away, especially given how much he won by in the first race. He absolutely dominated, and it looks like he's en route for that same type of pace in this one. Holm backs out of the triple in challenge there. Last minute, he had so much speed carried too. Just as we go on board with him, he actually doesn't close down as much on Wilson as I had expected, especially chunking out 2 seconds that last lap. Still had about a 2-second gap. Oh, Wilson flipping off the track goes down, and Holm moves up to third. So 10 seconds off of Deering, who runs second. That is Holm's target. He wants to get there if he can. And again, as mentioned, that would be really crucial championship-wise, but Deering goes down all by himself just as we're talking about it. Deering trying to get going as Holm is coming up the hill, and Deering's in a terrible spot. He's certainly going to lose this position as Holm hops over top of him and takes that position away. So Holm right up into second. And right on cue, just as we were talking about his positioning championship-wise, this is crucial. A 21-point lead entering at the best-case scenario for Holm at this point, with Leclerc going 1-1. Only loses 6 points on the day. Looking at a 15-point championship lead going into the final 4 rounds of the series. Holm trying to pick up his first ever world championship. And really his first big premier 450 championship in terms of the North American racing side of things. Has yet to win a Supercross title. Was desperately close to an outdoor title last year. You don't get any closer than Adam Holm last year to winning an outdoor title. Just missed out on it though. Leclerc all smooth and comfy out front though. Pretty much all by himself today. Has dominated this. Both motos, he's looked pretty flawless. But I would say that this is quite the Leclerc track, though. It is a highway, and it is choppy in some spots, but really, really rough, tight technical stuff seems to be Leclerc's kryptonite. And this fast, sandy, wide open stuff, he just really excels at, and he is riding so fabulously today. Let's see if he's still doing this triple line. Yeah, look at this. Tripling in, no problem. Doubles over smooth. Doesn't even try the triple out because he knows he's got such a big lead. No problem. Robert Wilson's up to third. He's got around Ash Deering. So Deering must have had another mistake. Oh, and now makes another big mistake. Robert Wilson, he didn't have such a bad ending to his first moto. Might almost be in consideration for a podium overall, but right now that actually goes to Deering on a 4-4. Jack Haley would make things a little bit more interesting if he closes down onto Eklund, though, especially with Deering crashing again. What is going on right now? And Eklund is going to pass Deering, so just like that, that actually flips it. Well, yeah, no, it does flip it. Haley would still actually finish on the podium as they run, even though Deering's in front of him. And they finished 3-4 in that first race. But the point split in the favor of Haley, because he'd only lose 1 point this moto to Deering, whereas he beat him by 2 points in the first moto. So third overall, at the moment, seems to be what Haley is looking at. Still a lot on play here, especially with Eklund being in the mix. He's going 6-4 as we run. Oh, and Deering goes off the track, so Haley moves up to fifth. Now Haley has this one pretty under wraps for a podium, but how far will he go? Will he get all the way up to third even? Wilson up in third, his teammate. Oh, that's not good. Haley down. These overalls are going to be doing a little bit of flipping around, I think. Dallaire goes by, but he's a lap down. Dupuis would be the next guy in line here. Smith and Blakely. John Smith having a fabulous ride here. Oh, and as I say that, he slides out. Blakely goes through, but Smith still sitting up inside of the top 10. Chase Donovan, a great turnaround ride for Sally Slow-Mo. Donovan was clear down in 20th in the first race, so to go from 20th to 10th, clearly he has figured out the magical recipe in between, whether it's a setup change or perhaps just a good start. Definitely has turned it around in Moto 2, and that may bode well confidence-wise heading into Southwick later in the week. Dupuis has gotten around Haley, so something happened to Haley. Happened off screen though, must have gone down again, either a slide out or something, because he wasn't that far in front of Dupuis, but I don't think he would have lost that much time without something happening. And as you can tell, he's already keeping the pressure right back on the number 71 here. So does he size him up for a pass, or do they try to latch on and go forward together? Deering's a little ways up the road, but you never know. Kyler Hockey in the mix here. Whoa, gets together with Dupuis. Although Dupuis did take a very sharp crossover line, and Haley might have an inside move here. No, Dupuis uses the outside banking, puts the power down. Yeah, Dupuis banked off like a little outside bump there and cut across to the inside to defend on Haley. I don't think Hockey realized that was what he was going to do. Ended up bad for Hockey, but good for Haley, who's putting all kinds of pressure on him. Dropping down the hill, Haley not going to go for the 3 line, but he's just carrying so much speed. Oh, Dupuis whips it across. Haley takes a peek down the far inside here. Not many guys have used this for a pass yet, but Haley almost made it work. Now Dupuis cuts back underneath, and Haley's going to try to go for the triple line around the outside. And he nails the triple. He might have a pass on Deering too if he can complete the sequence. Not quite. Tommy Dallaire is all up in the mix here. The 213 machine is a lap down, but is not moving for these guys. Deering swings around, and Dallaire finally has to concede the way here, as Haley's putting all kinds of pressure onto Deering and almost went down. Really tucked the front end on exit of that first corner. Dallaire not moving. We got a rider off track. That was Deering, it looks like, who blew the corner. Haley tucking inside, looking for a move on Deering. Deering cuts back across. Haley goes inside again. Deering rails the outside to hold the position. Beautifully done. Oh, and then goes down right in front of Haley. Deering off the bike. Haley just gets stood up, so Dupuis tries to come on by and will pass Haley back. Dallaire finally crashes, and then Dupuis makes a small mistake, so Haley goes right back on through. Haley has got to be frustrated at this point. Can't buy a break, and now Eklund goes down at the top of the hill, so Haley's going to get quite a few positions out of nowhere suddenly. All these guys cut on through as Deering, or I should say Eklund tries to get squared away. So let's take a look at the running order again. Leclerc leads home. Wilson, Haley, Dupuis now up to 5th. Eklund drops back to 6th. Deering is 7th, giving chase to Eklund. They've been locked together all day. Here's Blakely. Not too far off of this top 5 spot, as we always talk about with him. Sean Smith, Chase Donovan, Reno Brennan. Christian Reed is charged forward. Done a pretty nice job. Lewis Williams about to go a lap down. Oop, crash there for Christian Reed. And Lewis Williams moves aside and lets Leclerc go on by. Jeff Cooper, birthday boy versus PC1 to watch. Holding it down strong, deep inside of the points. Ian Holm, Christian Reed, as we already said, Andrade, Caleb Hall, Caden Speck, Kyler Hockey, Tommy Dallaire. I think Dallaire is 20th. Yes, he is. So final points bank position. No wonder Dallaire is trying so hard. He can get a spot just up the road from him. He puts this all together. The lead gap's gone down a little bit. I wanted to focus on this battle going on here, though, as Eklund has really closed it up onto Dupuis. And Eklund trying to go 6-5 here today would finish 5th overall as they run if he can go 6-5. But Blakely, lurking in the background, wants to try to change that, and oh, Eklund hits the deck. Deering slides through. Here is Blakely, though, again. Just a freaking steady train through the field every single time. The weird thing about him, though, is that he just, like, 3rd, 4th, 5th, like, it's just his spots. It's been a little bit since he was able to collect a moto win. But if he starts up front, he finishes 3rd, 4th, or 5th. If he starts way back, he finishes 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Like, it's just his MO these days. Puts on fantastic late race charges. Kind of matches the number, the 16 there, Osborne. He's trying to find a way around Deering. Deering on that 72, holding tight. His two are teammates. Oh, Haley was down. Oh my goodness, how did they both land that? 3 different lines in this corner. Oh man, and now Blakely goes off the track as Haley's trying to put the power back down onto Ash Deering. These guys are not too far off of Dupuis, just up the road in 4th. Haley, a little peek down the inside of Deering, not quite able to get it. Haley has been blazing fast today, but has hit the ground just too much. And he's using this great line here. Goes inside, waits for them to blow all the way to the outside, then goes back inside. Deering is really strong on that outside and then launches so far out here, but he's going to go down, and Dupuis was down. Blakely just cleared him, or else that could have been disastrous. And Eklund goes through as well on the 67. All these guys are so close together. It really just takes one crash, and you can go from 4th to 8th just like that. Now Blakely trying to close down on Haley, trying to move up into 4th. Robert Wilson quietly putting together a podium ride here in race 2. But so much action's going on behind him, we've hardly talked about him. So 7-3 for Wilson. He will miss the podium today given Jack Haley's current positioning, but that's still a pretty dang good ride there. Blakely has found his way back into the top 5. What else is new? Now can he catch and pass Jack Haley, or is Haley going to put the gauntlet down here and pull this thing away? Eklund has moved up to 6th. Deering and Dupuis battling it out for 7th. Oh, Dupuis, little kick sideways there. That could have been disastrous. Much better ride this week for Dupuis, who's been struggling a little bit on raw pace. Usually qualifies outside of the top 20, but puts it in the points every moto thus far that we've seen him. More or less speaking of the Nationals, he always qualifies in the top 20 in the GPs because there's only about 20 guys that race. But this week, 2 top 10 performances on the docket. Maybe better if he could stay on 2 wheels, but lays it down right there. Andrade unlapping himself. Sean Smith pretty far back, so Dupuis not going to lose any spots. And Deering just went down with Lewis Williams. Andrade scoots through, and Dupuis also finds a way by. Eklund, Blakely, Haley, Wilson, Holm, Leclerc. Ooh, this is actually tight up here. 5.5 seconds the gap now. Leclerc lap time check, 39.7 to a 38.2 for Holm. So Holm has actually been closing this thing down. Reno Brennan scoots out of the way. Man, Holm is ripping right now. He's actually got some good lines working. Wonder if the track's starting to get just that little touch too rough, that Leclerc's making some mistakes. 48.7 to a 50.3, so they both went down that lap, but Holm still clawed away 2 seconds. Stick on board here with Holm now as we got 2 laps to go. And this would be huge if Holm could come from behind, steal the victory, steal the Grand Prix, and keep the points lead exactly as it were entering tonight at 21 points. With only 8 motos left to go, if Holm finishes second from here on out and Leclerc wins out, it would only be a 3-point difference at the end with Leclerc still winning, so that is a lot more manageable, I think, being at 21 points than it is at 15 points with 8 motos to go. And I'll tell you what, Holm is actually closing this thing down pretty nicely. This is under 4 seconds now, hovering right at 4 seconds. Jeff Cooper very nicely moving aside. Holm is just absolutely railing the track though right now. Even as rough and choppy as it is, it doesn't look like it's phasing him that much. His setup looks pretty dialed for it. Lost a little bit of ground in and out of that corner, and for the most part, not a terribly large amount of lap traffic that they're going to hit here for the rest of the motos, so it's down to raw pace, it would seem. Holm's speed those last couple corners, though, so good, and Leclerc actually made a mistake now. This is 2 seconds, guys. This is going to get good. 1 lap to go. White flag out. 38.1, 40.7. Oh, Alexis Leclerc is shaking. He's getting rattled a little bit. Down under 1.5 seconds. Holm can see him. And that lap traffic could come into play up the road a little ways. They'll catch him with a little bit left to go. Holm absolutely ripping. Look at the speed he's carrying around the outside, staying lower on the ground and getting the power back down. Seems to be working. Scrubbing down both jumps so hard. Trying to close up on Leclerc. Oh man, I thought he was going to run off the track right there, but keeps it on. Carries so much momentum. Goes for the 3 in. He almost quadded. How far did he go? Oh, he lays it down. Just pushing a little too hard though. Oh man. The speed that he carried, that I don't know how, but it looked like he almost quadded in. What in the world? That was incredible. A beautiful late race charge there, but Leclerc, at least for the moment, is going to hang on. I mean, if he falls again with a couple corners to go, you never really know. But it looks like he's got this thing pretty well wrapped up with 2 corners to go, but one's just a slight kink. And he's going to bring it down to the line. Alexis Leclerc has done it. He has won the RFGP of Latvia, going 1-1. Adam Holm, despite maybe one of the best late race charges we've seen all season from him, will just miss out. 6 seconds at the end. Oh, Wilson just yard sailed. Where is that at? That is down. Oh, it's well, no, he's going to get going still with some time. Blakely, though, keeping the pressure on Haley late in this moto. And Deering also there. Eklund, Dupuis, Sean Smith has already finished, so Dupuis is guaranteed 8th. So he's trying to get Eklund or Deering late here. Blakely has lost a little bit of the toe with Haley. Robert Wilson, again, haven't talked about him basically all moto, but very, very quiet, under the radar 3rd. This is a really strong ride for Wilson. And he's going to go 7-3 on the day. So like I said, missed the podium, but 3rd is no slouch in this class with these riders in this series. Haley will cross the line 4th. That will be good enough for 3rd overall. 3-4 for him. Ash Deering, Chase Blakely. Blakely sent it. Great try at the end. Well, actually, no, Deering passed him with a couple corners to go, and Dupuis got around Eklund, who was down. So things really kicked off there late. Dupuis moves up to 7th. Eklund had gone down. And somehow Chase Blakely lost the top 5 spot right there. Not sure what happened. We'll wait to see if Cuts changes that. We'll go back and find racers still finishing. Dallaire just beats Pichon to the line for 16th. Hockey looks like he's got 18th wrapped up, and there it is. Cuts. He actually got around Pichon. Holy cow. Anthony Pachone, 18.6 seconds of cuts. Man, stay on the track, dude. And 13 seconds of cuts for Christian Reed. What in the heck? Oh, and Blakely had enough cuts to lose a spot to Dupuis. Blakely had 8.5 seconds of cuts. In fact, Deering almost lost the spot to Dupuis too. What in the name is going on out here? This is crazy stuff. These guys all over the board here finishing moto number 2 in Latvia. All right, that is going to do it. RFGP of Latvia from Kegums. Brilliant night of racing. A lot of fun streaming for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll be back on Wednesday for the RF National at Southwick. And we'll see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Kellen. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.